and gentlemen, and welcome back to Tech Showdown. My name is Kevin. This is my loyal co-host Teddy, and this is the last review I'll be doing in New Zealand. So I'm going to make it a real good one for you guys. And today we're checking out a prototype keyboard from Drevo. And it's the BladeMaster RGB 10 keyless mechanical keyboard. So this is a prototype, but you know, it's not currently for sale. So you might be thinking, well, Kevin, why are you even bother to review it? Because we can't buy it. Well, you will be able to buy it in the future. And also, this is a good opportunity for both myself and for you guys to comment about it and say what you think, so they can still make some adjustments here and there before the keyboard goes on sale. So yeah, it's a good looking keyboard. Let's start with the design. I really like the look of it. If we turn the lights off, you know, you can see that it kind of looks like a 10 keyless ducky in certain ways, in the sense that it's got this basic but clean look to it, which I always like to see. It's much better than the over-the-top sort of gamery look that many of the other ones have, which I really dislike, and it just looks absolutely terrible. This one is much better. I much prefer the clean look over that over-the-top look. Now you see it just has the standard stands on the back there, but the height, the default height is very good, so I don't have any issues with that at all. As far as functionality keys go, you see there's some over on the right hand side there. You see a few macros up on the function keys on the top left, but the main thing you'll notice is that knob on the left hand side. So that's what they're calling the Genius knob. And it's actually quite useful. So you can set this up to do a bunch of different things. I don't want to go through all of them because it'll take forever, but Drevo have made their own video showing all the things you can do with it, so I'll put that in the description down below, so check that out if you want to see what you can do with this guy. But it has so much functionality. I mainly used it for media use. It's quite good, so obviously you can roll it and that will do your volume up and down. You can click it once and that will sort of start and stop your song or your video, and you can double click it and that will skip to the next song or next video. So that's quite cool. I really liked that with it, and there's plenty of other uses. You can use it for PUBG or whatever other game you're playing, and it's a really cool idea. I think it's one of those things that when you first would get this keyboard, it would take a little while to get used to, but once you have gotten used to it, then you probably won't be able to go to another keyboard that doesn't have it, especially if you're using it all the time. And it has sort of productivity uses as well. You can use it with Microsoft Word, or programmers can use it for other things as well. So there's just a heap of functionality there, which I quite like. So that's an interesting choice, and it definitely makes this keyboard stand out from the crowd. So overall, yeah, I do like the design of it. It is a well-designed keyboard, I think. A 10 keyless is always nice in terms of a form factor. It looks a lot cleaner on your desk, and lots of people are going to 10 keyless keyboards now. But let's talk about the keys, because that's important. And if it's terrible to type on, you're not going to want it anyway. Doesn't matter how good the design is. And I can say that they've done a good job here too. So this one that I got came with the Cherry MX Brown switches, which are probably my second favorite switch behind the Cherry MX Blue. Now if you don't like browns, you can also get it with the black switch, the red switch, and the silver speed switch. So that's quite good. Cherry MX switches are the best. I've tested basically every switch out there on the market in a whole range of different keyboards, and Cherry MX are still the best. No two ways about it, guys. They're the best switches you can get, and I really love the Cherry MX Brown. So typing on this was fantastic. And as far as the switches go, it was very good. No complaints there. The keycaps, however, I do have some complaints with. So they do feel fine. That's not the issue. It's that sometimes they would get stuck down, and I'm not sure why that is. Now, it may just be the case that this is a prototype that I have, and when they get to full production, that won't be an issue anymore. It could also mean that I was just unfortunate with this one that I got sent. But it was something I noticed. So they're going to have to figure that out, because especially with the B key, that would often get stuck down. And even when I was writing my script with this keyboard, it would go B across the screen. So, as I said, it may just be with this one, but if that isn't the case, then that will be something they will need to figure out. Aside from that, though, it is very good in terms of the overall typing experience, being that it is using Cherry MX switches, which is why I've always praised Ducky keyboards so much, because Ducky have always kept with the Cherry MX switches, which is why they've always been very good keyboards. Now let's talk about the lighting then. So as you would have noticed, it has this RGB lighting across all the keys, like you would expect, but also all around the sides as well. And it really sets it off. Like, this is a very, very good looking keyboard. I really like the look of it. The RGB, just the color reproduction is very good. It's nice and bright, even in the daytime, and it just looks awesome. I think they've done a fantastic job with it. Now, controlling it, you have to use the Drevo software. I would say at this stage, the software is, it looks quite basic, but it works well, and it's pretty straightforward to use. So there's a bunch of different lighting modes for this. You can go through them, and of course you can set up customizable ones if you want to do that as well. And, you know, obviously you can set up all the Genius knob and do all the stuff in there too. So that's quite good, and overall I really liked the lighting with it. It's, as I said, it's quite basic, but it's very straightforward, and you can do lots of customization in the software. Which brings us now to the conclusion, and what do I make of the BladeMaster 10 keyless RGB mechanical keyboard? So I think this is a great keyboard, honestly. I really do. Very good design. I love the RGB, especially around the outside. Very good choice of key switch. The keycaps still need a little bit of work, and the Genius knob is quite cool, and I think once you get used to it, it would be very, very handy indeed. So overall, I think this is going to be a really good keyboard. Once they, fine-tune it with the keycaps, as I said, maybe it was just me having the issue with them sticking. But obviously going into full production, you do not want that to be a thing with people doing warranty complaints and stuff like that about sticking keys. But maybe that was just me. Obviously, they're going to fully test it first to make sure that is not an issue. But that was basically the only real issue I had with it. Aside from that, it's a very solid keyboard overall. But as I said at the start of the video, I want to know what you guys think. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of this keyboard? And would you consider buying one? Why or why not? What things do you like about it? I know you guys haven't used it, but just judging from this video and everything you've seen with this keyboard, is it something you would be interested in? And also, as I said earlier, I'll leave links in the description to the Drevo YouTube channel with their videos showing you in more detail the lighting, the software, and the Genius knob, because if I did it all in this video, it would be far, far too long. Now, I thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, this is my last review that I'm doing here in New Zealand, and I thought this would be a fun one to do. And from now on, all my reviews will be over in Taiwan. So I thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.